Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. I need you guys to smash that like button. The DAW wars are officially heating up. We have Studio One dropping some AI generation inside the DAW. We have Ableton Live 12.4 with their new beta program offering what are called extensions. We have FL Studio dropping their beta into 2026 and a new plugin. We have Logic Pro 12 now offering more payment options as well as new tools. So let me show you guys. Starting with Logic, I'm going to rank these in terms of how I would actually use this stuff. I'm not going to sit here and act like everything's the greatest thing. Okay, we're going to talk about real world use. So firstly, here's a track. Let me unmute this track. All right, so what we're going to do, and Bolo, the producer, showed me this technique. So what we're going to do is right click the audio, go to processing, go to stem splitter, and you guys can separate vocals from the instrumental, or you could do all stems. Let's just hit all. The reason this is important is because now every sample you guys have, whether it's a melody, whether it's an old record from our Discord, like samples, discord.gg/busyworksbeats, we have a ton of samples in our Discord. So here's the Discord. Once you hop in our Discord, click where it says BusyWorksBeats, go to where it says show all channels. Now everything on the left side you guys can actually see. We're going to go to the download area and then go to hip hop samples. We have samples in here from every top classic album you guys could think of, and also some vinyl stashes like that are super rare. So just check this area to get those for free. Go to discord.gg/busyworksbeats. So the reason I'm showing you that vinyl collection is now every vinyl becomes 10 vinyls, or however many, 2, 4, 6 vinyls, because now we can actually hear these files. Let me solo these. Running. And it's the highest quality stem splitter I've ever used. That's why I'm showing Logic Pro first. Running. Oh, my cars keep on running. Now we could remix this. We could chop it up. So for example, if you have a record that you really love the drums, you could run this stem splitter and then separate the drums. And it sounds like the actual drums. It doesn't sound like muffled nonsense. So here's a little trick. You can drag your drums over here into the track area, go to quick sampler. Now what this will allow us to do is it will open up the drums inside of a sampler, and Logic Pro Sampler is the greatest sampler of all time. So we can go to slice mode, make sure you lower your sensitivity. And now I can turn on gate mode and play to the end, and I could trigger different sample chops and it will play the drums from that point. Now there's a way you can export these chops, so you guys can dig deeper into tutorials about how to do all this. But the point is you can separate the drums, okay, in the slice mode here. So if I add more markers, I get more precise kick and snare type stuff. And the reason I play to the end is if you don't, it just plays the kick. Maybe you want it that way, okay? So you can sample just that kick. So you can get more granular with this. You can even add drive under the filter. Custom design the kicks, and now you have a new kick. For sound designers, for people who are just, sample chopping, for future lunch 77s out in the world. All right, so it looks exactly like the kick waveform. It doesn't look like all noisy or anything like that. So Logic Pro's stem extraction is supreme for that purpose. It even takes out the bass, which this bass is more of a sustain bass. So it's pretty crazy how accurate Logic Pro stem splitter is. Very underrated. The one reason I'm putting Logic Pro in the S tier is because they're very sneaky with their updates, but they dominate in quality, okay? So don't sleep on Logic Pro for people who have Macs. I'm on a Mac Mini M4 Pro for those who are wondering. Now the next up, I would rank this A tier, not necessarily S tier, and it's for many different reasons. Now first, I would recommend you guys go watch Nick Mirror's live stream where he's making beats on Ableton 12.4. And like every beat he made was a banger. It's just crazy. So he made me open up Ableton. I'm like, let me relook at Ableton. And I actually have fun in Ableton again. So shout out to Nick Mirror. So let me see why we're not getting audio here. All right, so now I have the routing back on. You guys can hear Ableton live. So this is the beat we made messing with 12.4. Now, again, I do like Ableton 12.4. It just feels more like something we would actually use. They added really dope effects. They've added just a smoother workflow. Like searching is a lot easier. The one thing I just wish they made a little bit easier was extensions. You have to go to this guy's video here, Music by Azuma. He has a really good video on how to install the Ableton extensions. Basically, you have to go up here to where it says live, go to settings, go to extensions, and you have to download extensions from their Discord. This is where I think it could just be a little bit better in terms of like the actual workflow. So I'm in like everybody's Discord. Shout out to everybody who has a Discord. Let's go to Ableton. And what you're going to do is scroll down on the left side, go to where it says customization tools, go to extensions, community gallery. Okay. Now here's the caveat, guys, because I got excited going onto the website about Ableton, seeing all those like video games people are playing. But the problem is installing this stuff is not easy. And I say that because, for example, Mega Break of Doom generator is dope. You can download it straight from their Google Drive like that. And, you know, going back in Ableton, go to where it says choose file. I have a folder labeled Ableton extensions that I downloaded. And then you just click on the file that says .ablx. Okay, you hit open, and then it basically tells you to restart Ableton. For me, it's going to say that I already have it installed or whatever. Okay. So that's how you install. Very simple. However, I just wish extensions were more obvious in the browser somewhere. You know, we have to dig way deep into the settings to even figure out where this was. Not intuitive at all. And I'm not here to complain. I'm just telling you guys so that you don't get frustrated. So in the gallery, the issue becomes like, for example, some of these are cool, but you go to their GitHub, for example. Let me see if I have it loaded. Like this one is a tool where you can interact with Ableton. The issue is there's no .ablx file. So I have a lot of the extensions, but they're not. Let me show you guys. So for example, the strip silence, boom, you just load the ABLX. Now that one didn't work for me on a Mac, so I don't know why that's not working. But these other ones, you click in here, you're like, okay, where's the ABLX file? And you can't find it anywhere. So instead of you guys downloading a bunch of stuff thinking you're about to get, you know, excited using it, just understand that anything that's on GitHub probably doesn't have the ABLX file. Okay, I'm generalizing because that was my experience. Okay, so anybody who links, like I said, GitHub is probably using some other stuff, and you have to be kind of know computers in order to even install that. But let's say you guys do get a GitHub link, for example. To download it, you would go to code and download zip. Okay, so that's how you would actually download the actual files. So it's not very clear. A lot of these guys, because they're not business people, they may not understand how to communicate with simplicity. And I think that's the only downside to Ableton extensions. I think the upside for Ableton, the company, is that they're basically getting free development for free. I mean, if you guys think of it, you guys are literally making plugins for them for free. So you're giving them a ton of ideas that they don't have to develop. However, the downside is there's no curation. There's no like easy onboarding for this type of stuff. So it's very convoluted in how you install this stuff. For that reason, I got to derank Ableton's extension down to like C tier. I'm sure it's exciting, but it's just too much friction there. But like I said, Ableton 12.4 is supreme. So C and S tier kind of average out to A. So to use an extension, for example, you have to right click and go to extensions. I don't think that's intuitive. So let me know if you guys feel like I'm just, you know, whining. I don't know. But we're going to go to Mega Break of Doom, and it says select 2 audio clips. So we have to hit shift, select 2 audio clips. In this case, go to extensions, Mega Break of Doom, and then let's slice it up into 4 slices. Now I still don't understand how this works. So it gives you instructions here, right click pitch knob and map to macro 1 and all this. But again, that's more friction for the user. Click map on the master instrument. It's just, and then these instructions go away. So when you hit build it, there's no more instructions. And I'm not blaming the developer, whoever made this. I'm saying there's a workflow issue going on with this extensions thing. Okay. So now I can basically, I have to pitch this down 2 octaves to even reach the pads. And it seems like it's chopping up. I don't know what it's doing, but it seems like it's chopping up the audio and adding like an effect chain or something. I don't know what it's doing. So I guess it's just auto chopping. I don't know. So if you guys find that useful, you know, then you can, you know, mess with that. So it's a little bit different than Max for Live because this is using Ableton's built-in components. Max for Live uses like its own system that just happens to work with Ableton Live from what I understand. So because of all the difficulty and the friction, I just have to derank the Ableton down to about A, but it's like a low A, like 92, 91. It would take number one spot, but I think there's a lot of simplification it can definitely help get into. All right, so without further ado, we have Fender Studio, or what is it called now? Fender Studio Pro. Basically, I dragged in an audio file, and on the right side, I do love how Studio One, or I call it Studio One, Fender Studio Pro has simplified the menu. This is very, very good for all DAWs out there. Like, I would highly recommend all DAWs take this as an example. You want to make everything extremely simple for your users, even if they're advanced. You don't want people to have to know how to use the menus just to get to a specific thing. So here's very straightforward. You click on Moises, it asks you to install. I installed it. It gives me a 14-day trial. Boom. I hit generate stem, and then you choose a file. So in this case, I chose, let me see if this works on current selection. I'm not sure if this will work. It says no event. Okay, so I have to select this. So again, I'm not a Fender Studio Pro expert. Let's go to current selection, and then I don't know what it's doing right now, but I guess it's just reading the audio. And then we can select the instrument we want to add. So let's add some kind of, I don't know, keys. And let's tell it we want electric piano keys, and let's generate a stem. Now this generation process takes a long time. So we're talking from a minute to 2 minutes. You know, my internet isn't the greatest, so that could be the bottleneck, but it just seems very slow. Whereas Suno Studio, for example, when you generate in the Suno Studio, it's instantaneous. So I'm going to pause this video and load up Suno Studio to show you guys the difference. So ever since Suno introduced Suno Studio, I set it on, many videos back in my backlog, that basically every DAW will implement AI, because there's something called the Red Queen theory. In order for a DAW to stay relevant, they have to implement the features of a competitor just to stay relevant. So because Suno Studio took a DAW up a notch, everybody else is like, crap, how do we implement AI into our DAW without feeling like we're just selling out the community? So I'm telling you guys, every DAW will have AI integrations. What I do like about Ableton was they were like, okay, let's just welcome AI. But the difference is, though, they gave the power to the community to develop. And I think that was the pivotal nuance. Okay, Suno Studio, they are developing themselves, and they are giving you their experience with what they see a DAW as being. Fender Studio Pro, they're integrating with other companies as solutions. However, it's not necessarily community driven. So I think Ableton has the leverage long term for integrating AI into the DAW. Now, we saw how FL Studio did a deal with, I think it was 11 Labs. We have yet to see what's going to come out of that, but that is an AI generation company. But they sneakily did a deal that nobody really talked about, and we haven't seen the fruit of that deal, however. So I do like FL Studio's direction. So long story short, here's Suno Studio. So this is where you can generate individual sounds and rearrange your stems. It's not just typing in and getting a song. You can actually create a custom experience. Let's add some percussion in here. Let's do bongos and congas and create some percussion to go with this. Now, there's a deeper process to this. I am shortcutting this just for the video length's sake, but look at how fast this generates. So it's still generating right now. I don't even know if, okay, Studio One has their thing loaded.
I ain't saying that you lost one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, I'm a real one. I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one.
All right, so now it's starting to generate, or starting to reveal.
I ain't saying that you got one, but you lost one. I'm a real one, I'm a real one.
So see how it's custom for that specific sample. So Suno has been way ahead in that category. Now, one thing people overlook is if you click this little clip editor on that percussion, you can quantize. So I like to quantize to 16th notes when something feels a little too loose. So the fact that, Suno Studio had time warp before FL Studio, in an easy way, it kind of is alarming from my point of view for FL Studio. But FL Studio is making some movements in the right direction. So I used to be heavily critical because I'm like, like the basics of basics, people are just overlooking. And it's like, you got to sometimes take care of the things that aren't as important so to give a user a better experience. But long story short, that is Suno Studio Speed. That was very fast. So I'm not sure the exact time it took Fender Studio Pro, but it's much longer. And I never heard these, so let's see if they even match the record. So far, so good. Let's see if it makes sense. Turn the keys down a little bit though. It's kind of hard so far. Let me add some effects to this guitar. Here's where I probably cut the piano. I mean, it is actually pretty good. I'm actually shocked at the quality. Turn this down, and I might add like halftime on this or something. Studio One, you kind of won some points with me. I'm gonna say this is A tier. The quality is very good. Like, if I could figure out how to add a simple like stereo Haas effect, the thing I wish Studio Pro would focus on is just the ease of finding plugins. Like, this system seems archaic. Like, what? I have to go into a folder. I gotta remember the person who built the thing, which is a whole nother sorting process. I have to now, like, it's too much thinking. So let's just go to Fender and let's do beat delay. Now I'm trying to do something that has like a Haas effect. I don't know what dual pan means. Let's see what that means. Let's drag this over here. Dual pan. Oh, that's okay. Dual pan. Never mind. Let's do, man. Let's try beat delay. I don't hear anything. Oh, there's the delay. Okay, let's see. Is it on ping pong? Let's do ping pong. I want this to be not time synced. Is there a way to turn off time sync on here? It doesn't look like it. It's hard to hear the guitar, but the guitar sounds really good is my point. So I will say that this is actually shocking quality. Now, in terms of quality, I will say that Studio One's quality of output is better than Suno's instrumentational quality. Suno is better with vocals. I haven't tried this on vocals, and I haven't seen the extent of like genres that it can cover. So I'm speaking from just this trap beat. Giving Suno the same thing will not give me the same like instrumental quality of depth. It will give you something a little bit different. Not saying that Suno's bad. It's just not this type of quality. So for that reason, I gotta say this is probably one of the most shocking updates in a DAW that I've seen, because this is basically the same thing as Suno merging with a DAW. Like, if Suno had a professional DAW, this is what it could look like and sound like. Again, we can't rule Suno out because Suno still has billions of dollars and, you know, a roadmap for development. We don't know what they're going to introduce, so we can't always just write people off. You never know what they're going to drop. But I will say this is, I used to just overlook Moises. That made me relook at this. So that alone, we were definitely going to be doing cookups with this 100%. That is shocking, actually. I'm going to put, okay, here's my ranking so far. Nothing's in the B tier yet. So Logic Pro Stem Splitter, S tier, period. Because it opens up so much more production options for us. Ableton was S tier, but then the friction lowered it down to A tier to keep it short. Fender Studio Pro could be S tier, but my experience with Fender Studio the last time was just so bad. I canceled my membership and it was just so bad. So for that reason, I had a bad experience before, but now I have to start with a fresh slate because now they have new tools that weren't in it before. So now I can understand where they're going with Studio One. It makes sense the way they did it. Or I keep calling it Studio One, Fender Studio Pro. So I'll say low A, but it's bordering S tier if it works on all the genres that I think it works on. We're definitely going to cook up more with this. It probably will levitate up to S tier. I just have to get into the workflow of Studio One. I just think the workflow is a little chunky. All right, now to the one that you guys have all been waiting for. This video is probably 30 minutes long, isn't it? 19 minutes. All right, we got 2 minutes to cover this. Okay, so here's FL Studio. There's a new plugin called Transmitter, and I thought it was like Transporter, but it's different. So I don't know, it splits the signal into a transient and a sustain, but it does unique stuff. So I thought this was just like a mixing tool. This is like a melody making tool. So there's presets. I'll just show you guys presets. So most people would probably use this as a mixing tool, but honestly speaking, I would use this on melody. So let me load up a melody. I do like the direction they're taking Flex. Flex before just felt like they just kind of smacked something together. Now it feels like they're invested in the actual sound. I feel like they're more serious about the sound now, not just kind of throwing stuff together. Even if it is the same sounds, it feels more together now. So let's actually write a melody. Let's record this in. That last chord was a little off timing. I can't get my fingers in position, but okay, so now we have this. Let's run this through the new transmitter and see what we can do. So we're on the wrong channel. So I do think FL is working in the right direction. I think if they kind of just study what Ableton is doing, not that they need to copy extensions or anything. I just think as long as FL focuses on the music producer's point of view and not just all this random direction that it was doing before, I think they'll be on the right path. So FL's still definitely in the top popularity. Let's see what we can do with this plugin here. Let's add a new plugin in here called Transporter, which is one of my favorite plugins that they've ever built. This is a super fire slept on plugin. Go to quintuplets and then turn your sensitivity up. Let's add this time shift. I love how the underground is also repurposing like stock FL plugins. So now we're adding more grains in here, so that's a little more random. So I'm just going to go through presets. So I'm not sure exactly what this tool is built for, but for me, I can definitely hear it on melodies. So I do like where they're taking Flex. This feels more intuitive, and then you can go to the store tab to expand. So this feels way more intuitive. It's good. So it looks like they have new libraries here, core pianos. That's gonna be fire. So we'll do videos about all this individual stuff. I don't have time to go through everything about everything. But I do love how how FL is now kind of taking the analog lab approach, just making it more palatable. It just looks better. It just feels better of an experience. All right, y'all. But let me know which DAW. So if I had to rank these, just as a quick wrap up to this video, I would definitely say Logic Pro is up here in terms of quality. Then we have Ableton 12.4. This could definitely take S tier if they just brush up a little bit of friction. Then we have Fender Studio Pro inching up into S tier. I didn't even know they had that capability. Moises definitely makes that DAW makes sense. I think that was a perfect partnership. And then you have FL Studio's 2026. I think FL Studio's been in S tier, but you know, depending on where they go with how they push stuff forward, you know, will determine my ranking moving forward. I don't want to make this video an hour long. Subscribe if you're new. Go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Peace out, guys.